You watched Bennett Stirtz in the tournament, and I don't know how much you watched him in the regular season, but how does his game translate to this level?
You know, I haven't seen him a lot. I've heard a lot of great things about him. The thing that I saw, the little that I watched him, he's just a gamer. I mean, he loves the moment. He's not afraid of the moment. He makes great decisions. He wants the ball in his hands. Some guys don't want that. You know, they're going to hang out in the corner and maybe do a little rebounding. Acie wanted the ball. Some guys don't. He looks like a guy with a lot of confidence that knows how to play the game and likes pressure situations and wants that responsibility. That's really important at a point guard.
I got 3 words for you, Coach. YouTube TV.
There you go.
I got YouTube TV and another TV this year, and so I can watch 4 games at one time with the split screen.
I better do that.
I'm in hog heaven, so I got to see a lot of Valley this year. So I did see him play. Yeah, he could play. I mean, as I just said, he's a gamer, and like I said, that Valley's a tough conference. Like Bradley, UNI.
Yep.
Yeah, some of those teams are tough as nails, man. Yeah.
It's a good league. Always been a good league.
Yeah.
Belmont's been a really good program since they joined the league here a couple years ago. I think that will. I think some of your comments, Acie, will maybe quell some of the fears that fans have. A lot of people that Iowa's made contact with, and you have to have a lot of at bats, right? You just kind of have to nowadays. Gary, there was a kid from Portland, Austin Rapp, who was a 7-footer that had Iowa in its top 5. He just committed to Wisconsin. There was a big from Lipscomb who was, I think, 6'10", 6'11", great 3-point shooter. He just committed to Washington. So, that's frustrating. I think my next question to you, Gary, is if there was one player from this past roster, besides Cooper Koch, who they were able to bring back, that you would have loved to have kept, would it have been Josh Dix or would it have been someone else?
I think the 2 that jump out to you are Josh and Owen. I really like Josh. I think he's just coming into his own. I think he's a really talented player, and Acie will tell you, big guys develop at all different kinds of rates, and Owen has a chance to be a really good player too. And obviously, losing him was almost a death sentence for the basketball team this year. He's just too good to lose. So, and I think the other thing is I wouldn't get wrapped up in all the ratings of transfer portal. Wisconsin's a good example. The John Tanji kid last year was not rated very high, and all he was a first-team All-American, and basically saved their season and to some extent. So I think Ben's got a good chance, a good value where town. He might be able to pick some people up that other people don't think are very good that he likes and things can win with. So I think I think we got to be patient.
Then you have
I think the other part of this, not to cut you off, Court, the other part of this is it's kind of like what I call the new gold mine is like D2.
Oh yeah.
There's all these guys that are in D2 that we see in the tournament that nobody ever heard of.
Auburn, the Brome kid.
Yeah. So it's like, everybody kind of needs to just kind of take a step back a little bit, because there's a lot of players. Like, nobody's even talking about D2. I mean, that's probably where we should start, Coach, a D2 scouting.
There you go.
A D2 website on D2 players.
Real quick, if there's anybody that knows where to find the best D2 players, wouldn't it be Ben McCollum?
You would think so. Yeah.
You would think he'd have connections everywhere in D2. So.
Who would have thought that he would have gone from a D2 school to a league like Missouri Valley and won 31 games? I mean, there's no way that's happening.
In the first year.
So. Yeah.
And it's not like he brought everybody over from. I mean, he got a couple of kids.
Yeah,
I believe it was Jeff Linder's team.
I believe it was 4.
Wyoming.
I'm not certain, but I think it was 4.
4 from Northwest Missouri. Yeah, and he brought a couple from Wyoming. So that's kind of piecemealing a roster together, and that's sort of what you're having to do here. Now,
do it again. Yep.
It's a different curve.
Yeah.
But Josh Sash, that's an interesting name for Hawkeye football fans. He's going to be part of the staff. Really successful at Indian Hills. What do you guys know about Indian Hills Community College? They've been pretty dominant force at that level for quite some time. Acie, What can you say about?
Oh, like I said before, like those guys were coming up to play against us, like in the field house and in prime time. So, and we recruited, didn't we? We recruited some kid, didn't we?
Yeah, I think John Carter was from
John Carter.
Indian Hills.
Wasn't Shelley Clark? We recruited Shelley Clark.
I think you're right there.
The big guy, bro, the big 7-foot guy went to Hawaii. Baroni.
Oh yeah,
Baroni, right?
Maloney.
Yeah, Baroni. Yeah. So and then I think Kenyon. Like didn't Kenyon coach down there for a couple of years?
I think he did. He did.
So. Yeah, and between the other one was Southeast, right?
Southeast, yep.
So those are two great JUCO that a lot of players were stashed, and Iowa was one of those JUCO states where a lot of teams stashed players to kind of get them ready, get them eligible, get their credits up, and then they went to the Big Ten or went D1. So, me and Coach are way familiar with those two schools.
D. Rollison, we appreciate the super chat. Can we have an Indiana football type of year with the Drake kids? I said it earlier. It's a lot easier to do it in basketball than it is in football, right? Just because of the physicality of the sport. There's a bigger curve physically in football from D2 to FCS to FBS. I mean, you guys are basketball guys, but is that fair to say that these turnarounds do happen quicker typically in basketball?
I'd say that's probably true.
So isn't it more feasible that Iowa could have? I mean, it's amazing what Indiana did in year one.
Yeah, like we saw that with Colorado football, Deion's first year when he brought all those FCS guys, and hey, the Pac-12 guys hit a little bit harder than FCS. Obviously it's a jump, it's a learning curve. And everybody's aware of that. Staffs are aware of that. Weight trainer, the players are aware of that. It's the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see either way.